Hey guys, Vita here, Blueberry Hill. So this is September 29th. So we're continuing to do the tile work. Yesterday, I actually ran around returning the extra tile we had for the other bathrooms, and then I needed one more metal trim piece, edge trim, and the store that's close to us, they didn't have it, so I had to run up to North Austin to go grab one little piece, and that basically I was done at 4 o'clock. So got home at 4. Didn't feel like doing tile work after that, so I'm at it today. It's Thursday, 29th, and I'm basically just doing the floor in the spare room, spare bath. And once we get that done, we'll do pointing wall edge, which is what the trim's for, and then we'll be able to grout tomorrow all of it. So we'll be grouting both the middle bathroom and the spare bathroom in the what we call the apartment room, and we're getting on with it. Anyway, we got the TV going. Fantastic. Jake helped me put it in. It's direct TV, so satellite point correction and all that stuff. The azimuth was pretty important. It took a little finagling. I have a broken coax that plugs into the actual dish. It pulled out. I forgot all about that, but it was working great, and all of a sudden it just stopped. So I kind of remembered that we had an issue there. So right now it's just taped up. I have to buy a new coax for going into the dish and to the connector, but everything's running. So we got TV, better reception than ever because we're on the roof. We have the dish on the roof. I've got stereo running, if you can hear that, and we're continuing on with everything. I'm trying to do the bathrooms now. Once the bathrooms are done, I'm going to start doing the doors, the pocket doors, and putting all the molding around the doors and finishing the baseboard. And that's a huge leap. I have to paint all the new baseboards, the extra ones I bought, and Angie wants to paint the doors, so she can knock herself out. So anyway, we'll be rolling the doors, and I'll be spraying the baseboards. Anyway, we'll show you that in time lapse, and we'll talk at you later. See ya. So here I am back on tile duty. This is the spare bedroom, bathroom being done. Kind of dry installing all the penny tiles, making sure my cuts are okay. I load the entire floor with tile, and then back it off, put it aside. Then when I'm ready to do the mortar, then I start applying it. Of course, there's always small adjustments on the tiles as you apply it wet, and move on from there. So here we go. After the dry run, I start laying out the mortar. And working through it. I did have, like the other, if you watch my other videos, there's a couple spots here where I squeezed a little bit too much mortar through the penny tile, and I had to rip it off and go wash it. Since I'm time-lapsing, you probably don't see me do that in a detail, but anyway, this was fun because you try to make the water slope towards the drain, of course. Do the best you can with the way the drain is. I still found that the drain, the stuff I bought anyway, it's a little bit higher off the floor than I would have wanted. For control. I have it set to the very bottom. I actually cut the bottom of the drain a little bit so it sat even lower in its little threaded area, shower drain thing. So I made it work, but it wasn't without modifying the normal items that we just purchased from I guess it was Home Depot or whatever. But anyway, once you get past the drain, it goes pretty quick. Just lay it out and go. Trying to be nice and smooth, make sure there's no bumps in there. And I do use a trowel to flatten it into the mortar, make sure it kind of sets. And a couple times there you see me trying to clean stuff up. Who knows if I might rip this one off. I did have trouble. Yeah, there you go. I had to rip it off, go wash it, bring it back real quick, redo the mortar, and then put it back on there. And that, rinse and repeat. This is all kind of new high-tech mortar and thin set that I'm going to be using for all the stuff. Actually, did I say mortar? It's thin set, whatever. Either one, I suppose, kind of works. But anyway, these are all the less water intense mixes. I guess they work pretty good. Stuff definitely stuck to the thin set really good. And once you put it on, if you walked away for like 10-15 minutes, it was fairly hard to get it off there. So I guess that's good, right? That means it'll stick better. I don't know. But anyway, not too hard. It's just detailed, messy stuff. Here, see me trying to clean it up. I did have a little more trouble with that area than the two other bathrooms that I did a few days before that. But anyway, once you get past the drain, you just slam it down and make it nice and smooth and go. So then moving on to the edge, basically I did, I believe it was like 4 rows of penny tile from the floor. I didn't have to cut anything just to make the edge. And these showers, we were hoping it's basically just walk in and that's it. We may have to buy kind of a half glass over here on towards the window side, just to keep a little bit of splashing in control. It's not bad. We did try it. A couple people already had showers in there. My daughter Lena's here from Canada with her boyfriend, and they've been using the shower. I'm doing this video, which it's the 17th of October, and I'm installing the tile. This is 9/29. So we did it all trying to in preparation for her visit. So I was trying to hurry up and get the showers ready, just to make it more pleasant for her to stay here. But anyway, everything was good. Not too much water problems. Splashing, that is. Everything's concrete anyway, so we don't really care, but you know, try to minimize the water exposure. It's not a bad thing. But here I'm just doing the edge, no big deal there. And the last thing to do is that little pony wall, you see the front edge. I'm going to put half tiles in there and make that work. Yay, almost done with the tiling. So these are the last few tiles I got to do, and then basically I'm done. It didn't take too long, just a couple days for the tile, a few hours a day, and then wait for everything to set up and clean it up, get all the extra thin set, scrape it away from the any messes we made, and then the day later I do the grout, and we're done. We're gonna seal it too, of course. Hey guys, today here at Blueberry Hill, so October 1st, grouting time. So yesterday I didn't do that much. I actually forgot to do some of the penny inserts, penny tile in the apartment bathroom, so I had to glue those down before continuing. And then I cleaned up all the little grout pukies. I ground them out, and now I'm ready for grout, so it's a day later. Yesterday we didn't do a whole lot on the house per se. Did a little bit of cleanup, and that's about it. But anyway, grout time. So switching over to time lapse, we'll do the grout. I'm doing the floors first, like I did in the master, just so if I drop junk on the floor, I can actually wipe it up pretty easily. Otherwise, it'll be puked up in the cracks, and it'll look. I don't think it'll look all that great. But anyway, switching over. We'll see you in a little bit. Yay, onto the grout. So I already did, you can see the wall's already done, so I don't know if I videotaped, I don't think I did. Anyway, I had one bucket of the grout dried up on me really fast, so I had to throw that out. And just Murphy Law goes, that's cement I needed to actually finish grouting the 2 bathrooms, the middle and the spare room one. The stuff is kind of interesting. When you mix it, you can't add too much water, it becomes super liquidy, and you just got to keep adding more powder to it till it's the consistency you need it. I liked it a little bit wetter, just so I could spread it pretty nicely, and it dries fairly quick. It sets up pretty good, and it worked pretty well. I was impressed with it. It's supposed to be some kind of low water grout, whatever. Quite different from, I think, some of the other stuff I've used in the past, where it takes, you know, a fair amount of water to get it all working together. But this needed only like a quart for a 10-pound bag or something, so I was pretty surprised at that. But anyway, had to be careful on not too much water, not too little. Obviously too little, it dries up quicker. But as I went, you can see me sponging and everything. I transferred to, I did the floors first. Oh yeah, so I misspoke. I didn't do the walls in the mid-bathroom. I do the floors first, so when I'm doing the walls and stuff drops on the floor, it's easy to wipe up. Otherwise it'd make a mess in the penny towel, but no big deal. Oh, here's a different vantage point. It's I guess I'm working on just the edges. I'm running up the wall, maybe 1 tile height, just to make it easier for cleanup and stuff. You see me using those pads, those are my knee pads. Otherwise I was on my knees. Yeah, they're pretty raw. But anyway, this is pretty easy stuff, you know. You just wipe it in, wipe it out, wait for a little while, then you clean it off with a sponge. And the last few strokes, they have to be very clean. clean sponge. You just basically do one wipe one way, one wipe the other way, and then you start cleaning the sponge again. But here I'm doing the top down. So yay, pocket door install. So Jake came over, helped me out again, doing the pocket doors. You can see there's a normal wooden extension on the top. These doors, apparently they're all made for tile and carpet floors. Of course we don't have that, we just have concrete. So I didn't like the gap, so we actually put, I believe, like a 1 1/4 or 1.5 inch extension from the slider mechanism. And that worked pretty good. It's nice and tight on the floor. We don't want to make it too tight, right? Because you want the air to flow a little bit through it. But these are all MDF doors. I like the weight of them and the size. You can definitely, they're more substantial. Pretty easy to do. We just basically screwed the little wooden extension on top, and then hung the hardware on there, and off we went. These were pocket doors are a snap. The mechanism's already in the wall. You just hang it, click it locked, and then actually use a wrench to straighten them out on the walls, or the height wise for the detail work. So that's what I'm doing there. So you can't see very well, but I have a little wrench in my hand, and we're trying to get it so it'll get into the click it in there, and properly align left to right as well. Vertical spaces on against the wall. So I was, bouncing around doing different stuff. So here I'm back on the grout job. I think I had to go to the store that morning and finish up this since I ran out, or was going to run out. So I didn't want to stop in the middle of the job. So now we have enough grout. We're just rocking. And I'm trying to do both bathrooms kind of in sequence, just to speed it up. So this goes fairly quick. Wipe on, wipe off, wax on, wax off. A little bit of a shoulder workout actually. So not too bad. So last little bit here, the pony wall, and then we're done. So Whiskey came over to do an inspection. I think he approved, and on we went. So you can see there's still, I still got to sponge it off, but anyway, that was the end of the grout sequence, and very happy at that. So last little bit, sponge action to clean everything, and then we come back the next day and do a real wipe down and clean it up. And then a few days later we seal it. So on the 9th, I decided to continue with the treads on the stairs. Wanted to get those done, of course, before Lena showed up. So people are, a little hesitant to walk on just the plates on the stairs to go upstairs. And this is the new table saw. It's a direct drive. Worked really well. I knocked out the treads within a few minutes compared to my old saw. The old saw was definitely coughing and wheezing when I was trying to do this. This just killed it. So very impressed with the saw. Super nice. Love it. And just nailed this one real quick. Now we just got to sand everything. I'm using a belt sander going with the grain, knocking down a little bit of the imperfections in the wood, and then do a final sand with I believe it's 220 sander. That worked pretty good. So, and then Jake came over just in time to install the tread, so that was really helpful. There's 15 stairs, and we had to drill holes for the plates to mount it using stainless steel hardware, and we apply a Rubio to the bottom of the stairs before we put them on the metal. It's wiped down, so it's not like it's going on wet. But and then we once we finished that, and I think we did three coats of Rubio on the stairs because the wood seemed to absorb more. The solid wood seemed to absorb more than the cabinets did, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, we managed to do it. The stairs, in my opinion, look fantastic. They're super easy to walk on, very comfortable rise, and everything kind of came out like I was hoping. Even our older parts of the family, they're able to climb up the stairs without any hesitation. So awesome. So here we are trying to measure up. We got a string line that's going from the top stair to the very bottom, so we align up the stairs properly. Kind of, center them in their little space. They're all the same width, 37 inches, and Jake's marking them for where we have to drill the holes in the plates. The plates all have 4 holes, 4 sets of hardware. And there's Angie and Emily. They're doing applying the Rubio to the bottom of the stairs. So that was great, because Jake and I were hopping around doing the hardware side of that. And this helped a tremendous amount, kind of knocked the time down in half, right? So great help, and that was a big goal. And there's Whiskey doing approvals, I guess. So anyway, that was fun. The outcome was kind of what I expected, and to me it looks fantastic. I love the dark, the black, and the wood popping on the kind of a contrast against the colors. So here's how we actually used my drill press to cut the holes. We marked them with the marker, a Sharpie, and then you can see tape on the flat part of the press so we don't scratch up the wood. And then we use the drill press to pop the holes, and then we have a beveling bit in the drill. There I am. The bit's really dull, so we're actually making smoke when we're doing it. But regardless, we got the bevels in place. The heads on the bolts are beveled, of course. They're recessed in, and kind of a conveyor belt setup, just throwing them in there. And this took I don't know, a couple hours, I guess, but again, we love the outcome, and now people can feel more comfortable walking up and down, and they actually have banisters and everything to hold on to when they're walking. So pretty cool. So that about ends the work we did on the 9th. We're waiting for Lena and her boyfriend to show up. We're going to a wedding this coming up weekend. So not too much work going on at this point. Jake actually spent 5 days working for a blast job I was doing. Jake was there for 2, and did a bunch of painting on gigantic propane tanks and stuff. But anyway, we still knocked this out. It was all fantastic, good timing. We got it all done before Lena showed up, and made everybody comfortable. Had Angie doing all the step stuff. She does the first few, and then we work from the top down. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.